my name is Shelby Gunderson, and today I'll be talking to my audience about the difference between traditional books and electronic books, also known as ebooks. My audience is a group of friends that also take online college and high school with me. They know the struggle and the pros and cons of ebooks. They're helpful, but at the same time they are more difficult. Today I will be persuading my audience that it does not matter which method you use to read, that you are still gaining knowledge and learning new things, but just in a different way. With the popularity of electronic books on the rise, will paperback books become irrelevant? Do you like the feel of a thick, bulky paperback book, or rather the light touch, thin, easy, touchable e-reader? Both will give us the same knowledge, but which one is better? Which one is more convenient? And will actually one make you learn better than the other? The fact is, both traditional paperback books and ebooks give us the same knowledge, but what will people be reading in 20 years, 50 years, and 100 years? With the popularity of ebooks on the rise, will traditional paperback books become irrelevant? I will involve some of my personal experience because I do enjoy to read, and I would like to find out what people prefer. I have found a lot of sources on the internet about the pros and cons. Most of the time, I found that as an opinion, but in the end of my speech, I will explain that which one is really better based on my opinion and sources I have found. First, I will discuss the history of the e-reader and the paperback book. Next, I will explain the pros and cons of both reading methods. Lastly, I will talk about which one is better and why. It has been a debate ever since the first ebook came out. Is this what it has come to? That we can't even read a book without looking at a screen? Traditional books have been around since about 3500 BC. They were written on a piece of stone that was called a tablet, and they used stone to carve out of there. I think that is crazy that books have been around for that long, and people have constantly been gaining knowledge ever since. But in 1971, a man named Michael Hart invented the first ebook. It was when computers first came out, and they were still becoming popular. There was still a lot of work to be done, but he was going to college at the time. He typed out the Declaration of Independence, and he posted it on the website. He had 6 people download it, and that was the first ebook. I've just explained the history behind both methods. Now let us explain the pros and cons of both. Along with 2 different reading methods, if you read the same book, what would be the pros and cons of each? Advantages of the ebook is that you can carry your whole library around with you. Some disadvantages would be, if you're sitting on the sunlight, the sun may glare at your screen, but they have come out with a new tablet that it has a matte screen, so that doesn't happen, but it's still very expensive. Advantages of the traditional book is that you can pick it up and take it out anywhere. Disadvantages would be that they're bulky at times. Since I have discussed the pros and cons of traditional paperback books and ebooks, next I will talk about which one is better and why. Although ebooks have become popular in recent years, in many ways I think that traditional books are still more liked. According to www.latimes.com, 92% of college students still prefer traditional books over ebooks. So why are professors still using ebooks? Well, they're convenient and not as bulky, so they think they're doing a favor to the college students. And most of the time, you can get the ebook cheaper than the traditional book. So, they save paper, but is that really what college students prefer? Along with the following points, it is normally more expensive to buy an e-reader and buy the books off the bookstore. With paper books, you can just go to the library and get free books. With a small fee from $2 to $5, you can go to your local library and sign up for a library card. And most libraries around here are interconnected with other libraries, so they can get books from bigger libraries, so most of the time you can get any book you want for free. Today I discussed the history of the ebook and traditional book. Then I discussed the pros and cons. Lastly, I discussed which one is better and why. With the popularity of ebooks on the rise, will traditional paperback books become irrelevant? In the end, it is up to the reader what they prefer. Although I prefer traditional books, it does not matter. You may prefer ebooks, and I may prefer traditional books. But it makes me wonder, what will people be reading in 100 years? Will ebooks take over, or will traditional books still be there? For now, I think that traditional books are still more popular, but who knows, things may change. I hope I have done a good job of persuading my audience today that it does not matter which type of book you read, that you are still gaining the same knowledge. Thank you.